We are now going to move into multiplying positive and negative fractions. Pretty much it is multiply across. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, then follow the rules of the integers. If the signs are the same, the answer is positive, and if the signs are different, the answer is negative. Taking a look at this first example, negative 3/7 times 5/9. So we're going to, don't worry about the fraction, or don't worry about the negative sign yet. What we are essentially saying is 3 times 5 over 7 times 9. 3 times 5 is 15, 7 times 9 is 63. Now we know we're going to have to simplify. We know that 3 is going to go into both 15 and 63 because 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 3 is 9, and 3 goes into both 6 and 9. So we simplify by 3, and that gives us 5 over 21. In order for us to, as our simplified fraction, in order for us to determine if it's going to be positive or negative, we look at the signs. The signs are different because 3/7 is negative and 5/9 is positive. The signs are different, so our fraction is negative. There is another way to simplify this. If we take a look at 3 times 5 over 7 times 9. When we multiplied, we got bigger numbers with the 15 and the 63, specifically the 63, and knowing how many times 3 goes into that can be a little bit taxing for some of us, or for some people. So we can simplify in the beginning. If you note, there's a number on top and there's a number on bottom that can be simplified, the 3 and the 9. We can simplify 3 and 9 by 3. 3 goes into 3 one time, so I'm dividing both of them by 3. 3 goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 9 3 times. So now we're saying 1 times 5 over 7 times 3. Notice when we do this, we end up with 5 over 21, which is what we ended up with right there. So you can simplify at the end the way we did it the first time, which is your normal way that you have learned, or you can simplify in the beginning. It's called cross simplification. You can cross simplify in the beginning to make your numbers smaller in the end. Either way will work. Take a look at the second example. Negative 1 over 8 times negative 4 over 11. Don't worry about the negatives yet. We're saying 1 times 4 over 8 times 11. Well, we can say 1 times 4 is 4, 8 times 11 is 88. You might look at this and say, hey, I know that 4 goes into both of those, but our numbers we check are 2, 3, and 5. So we simplify 4 divided by 2 and 88 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 88 divided by 2 is 44. We can go through and simplify again by 2. 2 divided by 2 and 44 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 44 divided by 2 is 22. So we end up with 1 over 22. Now to determine if it's positive or a negative, we look at the signs. 1/8 is negative, 4/11 is negative. Both fractions are negative, therefore our answer is going to be positive. When we take a look at this, notice that we said 4 over 88 also could have been simplified by 4, because 4 goes into 4 one time and 4 goes into 88 22 times. And there we have that answer. But also note what 2 and 2 make. We'll also note what 2 times 2 is. 2 times 2 is 4. Now, if we were to try it the other way and do the cross simplifying, we still start with our 1 times 4 and our 8 times 11, and we can say that 4 and 8, I know 4 goes into 4 one time and 4 goes into 8 twice, so we're left with 1 times 1 over 2 times 11, and that 1 times 1 is 1 and 2 times 11 is 22. When we're cross simplifying, We also could have done, notice that again, 1 over 22. When we're cross-simplifying, 8 times 11, we could have said, I know that 2 goes into 4, so in this one we divided by 4. In this one I'm going to divide by 2. 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 goes into 8 4 times. So I now have 1 times 2 and 4 times 11. Well, now I can see, oh, I can still simplify by 2. 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 goes into 2 once. So we're down to 1 times 1 over 2 times 11. So cross-simplifying can be very helpful, and there is more than one way to try and use the simplifying, but no matter which way we simplify, you must simplify your answers.